Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Shorty SX, and welcome to a very nice little 30-for-7 free-for-all gameplay with the USR. But the reason I think you guys will find this gameplay actually pretty interesting is because it's a very early gameplay. Listen, I got this the night after the game release, so I'd played this game for barely a day, and I was only level 20 or something, and everyone else in the lobby is that or lower. So you can notice that not just, with everyone else, but me as well, we were very fresh, we were kind of just running around not knowing what to do, and you will see me as well, because this was, if not the first, this was one of the first times I was ever playing this map, Warhawk. And it's really funny because I checked these corners that make absolutely no sense, I think right here. I'm like, well, what am I doing? Just being too careful. But I think you guys will enjoy it just because it's a very, I guess, raw gameplay in a way, because, you can just see how I'm playing in an environment that I'm completely unfamiliar with. And it's very interesting. At the same time, you might even recognize a streak that's about halfway through because I use that. It's right by that car, actually. But I use that streak in that First Impressions Ghosts video, if you guys managed to catch that, which I released right around the first day. So anyway, just a little final thing. Also, you might want to pay attention to my aim, or... Well, the thing is, my aim at this point is not bad, but you can definitely see how it's evolved. For example, if you compare this to the Chem Strike gameplay I released a couple of days ago, you can see a definite improvement. But, for a day in, I was actually really happy at this point. So, anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today is the fact that I'm getting my PS4 tomorrow. Yay! Well, okay, it's not that's what the tracking package stuff says, and, well, it's usually right, so I'm gonna trust it and say, I'm getting PS4 tomorrow, and I kind of wanted to just log my thoughts or my expectations for it, and I don't know, the entire experience. And I wanted to actually even tell you a little story about, well, this is the first console I'm getting even close to release date since ever, actually. The only other console I ever got close to release date was the PS2. Because the PS1, I was a kid back then. That was actually one of the first, well, I had a SNES. I'm pretty sure I had a SNES and then something else Nintendo-like, but the really, really, really old school ones. And, School. Anywho, the point was, the PS1 was my first real awesome console, which I had for a long time. So then when the PS2 came out, I was obviously very excited. I was still a kid. And, 7th grade, I believe. Yeah, I was 7th grade. Anywho, the point was, it was coming out, right? And the funny thing is, well, if you guys don't know this, but my stepfather's Japanese. So, yeah, I know, kind of weird. But we were actually in Japan at the time, or just after it released. And the funny thing is, it was right around Christmas and New Year's, and, well, my birthday happens to be exactly on New Year's. So I always used to get, this kind of, bundled huge amount of gifts or something for, Christmas, New Year's, and birthday, and all of that, which was actually awesome. I love my parents for that. And the cool thing that year was because we were in Japan and because I was very excited about the new console, they were like, okay, here, we'll give you a lot of spending cash so you can get your PS2 and a bunch of other stuff. And I actually got one of these, original Japanese ones, from Japan, so I had to, chip it so it could play a bunch of other games. And of course, at the time, it was, I was actually living in Thailand, and, yeah, you pretty much had to depend on copied CDs and stuff like that, so you had to get all your stuff cracked. And anywho, old times. But the point was, that was that was the last time I actually got a console. Because when the PS3 came out, I hadn't really been playing consoles for a few years, and I didn't get it until years later, until Modern Warfare 2, and one of my friends kind of reintroduced me into consoles and was kind of like, oh dude, you should check this out. It's actually quite a lot of fun. And yeah, so I'm actually very excited for the PS4 in many ways, because, yay, release. Well, this is as soon as I could get it, because, Europe and Amazon and delivery times and, but it doesn't matter. It's awesome. And let's talk about what I'm actually expecting. The first thing I'm actually kind of worried about is the PS4 controller, because I know everyone says they love it and stuff like that, but at the same time, a lot of people will tell you that they don't like the DualShock 3 controller. And you can see how I'm experimenting with leaning. I'll make a video on how to actually get leaning kills and, the gold camo in general. I'm planning on doing that next, but, I'm also editing a montage in between, and PS4 and everything. It's juggle. So, anyway, the point was that I'm actually a little anxious to get my hands on the PS4 controller, because I'm very, very happy with the PS3 controller. As in, you guys know I love the thumbsticks, and don't forget, I have played PC for many years. In fact, I still have played PC for longer than I have played first-person shooters on consoles. So I've tried every single controller there, or the majority of the controllers there are, with the exceptions of, let's say custom controllers you only get in certain parts of the world, but I've found, like, I know what I want in many ways. So, for example, like the PS3 thumbsticks, it's exactly what I've always wanted. It's exactly what I would always want, I think. So I'm a little, hesitant to see what the PS4 one's like. Just because they're, concave and stuff. So the point is, that we'll see what happens there. And I only just learned that apparently the PS3 controllers are not compatible with the PS4. So I'm kind of like, not cool. Because to be honest, I don't even know where I got this information from, because right now when I looked it up, it was, I don't know, it was pretty straightforward that the PS3 controller is apparently not supported on the PS4, but I didn't know. In fact, I thought it was, and that was always kind of like my fallback option, like, oh, don't worry, the PS4 controller is not that great, or it doesn't float my boat, then we'll go with the PS3, but not the case. But we'll see. You never know. With Sony, you never really know, because they might say it's not supported, and then I'll plug it in and it'll actually work with a couple of features disabled, like the touchpad or whatever doesn't actually translate over. We'll see. It doesn't matter. And if not, maybe I'll come up with some creative solution of swapping out the thumbsticks. But, well, if I don't like them anyway. That's a lot of hypothetical work. I'm also going to try out Battlefield 4, actually, because I saw Darth9 play it, and it seems like a lot of fun. You might want to go check out his videos and his channel for that, because it does actually look like a lot of fun. I tried out Battlefield 3, of course. The main thing I didn't like about that, and the main reason I haven't actually even been back playing it since the one time, or the 1-2 sessions I had of playing it, was because the control, well, it's not the controls, it's just the movement of the camera was not as quick as it is in COD, or it's not as responsive as it is in COD, and that was very frustrating in some ways. Mostly because if I had to switch between the two games, it was very, like you had to get used to one and then get used to the other, and it would always be a longer adjusting period than I guess I would want. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to actually giving that a try, and I've actually gotten a lot better at the whole swapping thing, because I've been playing a lot of GTA 5. Well, not as much, actually. Barely any, sadly, since COD Ghosts came out. But I played a lot of GTA 5, and I'm getting back into it just now. And that game is a lot of fun. But, there I play with complete free aim, and just like Battlefield, the sensitivity is very low. It's not as responsive, it's not as quick as, the fastest 20 sensitivity on COD. So, of course, it's a learning experience. But the cool thing about it is I've actually gotten a lot better at swapping between the games. In fact, I have this... I'll probably upload this one pretty soon, but I have this gameplay where I just came back from playing tons of GTA, so my aim should have been completely all over the spot, and I just pick up the sniper and I'm like, you know what? Like, you can see it in the beginning of the gameplay. Like, I'm kind of like, let's swap to a right gun? No, screw it. Let's just go with the sniper. And I start with the sniper, and I actually have a pretty good gameplay. I think I go something like 30 and 10 with pretty good shots considering, completely different game I was just playing. But anyway... we'll see. And anyway, I've said anyway like 40 times now. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I might do an unboxing. I'll definitely do a setup video. It'll definitely be a setup video, maybe both. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hate repeating the same word over and over. It's really weird. I'll catch you guys later, and I am excited. You can tell. Peace.